Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Filler number 24. I'm Ticketmaster, joined by
RPG Maniac 05.
And Gamer 12.
So yeah, this week we're going to do some what we've been playing, and then discuss our favorite new IPs of this console generation as a follow-up to last week's displacement games. We'll be like, let's compare. Well, and then next week we will have a follow-up to this where it's like, let's compare the new IPs of last gen that didn't make it and totally just like faded away to the new IPs of this gen that might not be given a second chance, or maybe we'd like to see some old some previous generation new IPs come back and stuff.
We'll think about it.
That's this week. These are favorite new IPs from this generation.
There won't be any good next gen.
Who wants to talk about what they've been playing first?
You already said you only played like one thing.
Yeah, I've only been playing. I might have played some Mass Effect, but I don't think I did because I just didn't get around to it. But Dragon Quest 6.
Shock 2.
I'm done with the series because I keep getting stuck and it's stopped being fun, and the whole stop and go just killed it. I mean, 4 and 5, I really like those games, and 6. I've been playing it, and then, well, I guess I'll give 7 a chance, because everybody's like, oh, I mean, not 7, but 8, because everybody's like, oh, it's so... But then, like, most people that like 8 is, like, that's the first one they played, since on biggest tier.
It is the first one a lot of people played, so I would not go by their...
I probably just played, like, this is the same thing with better graphics, this is nothing that great.
Because it is!
So, that's probably going to happen. But it is in my backlog, so... But then it's a long game, so it's a JRPG, so I think that'd be a bad idea.
Long is an understatement.
Oh, well, there you go. That's not happening then. so yeah, I'm working my way through Dragon Quest 6, and I'm in the Nether Realm, or whatever it's called. After you get on the Pegasus thingy, and you go to the other dimension, and then, like, for some reason, everybody wakes up and they're weaker, and they have 1 HP and no MP, and, like, what's happened? And you have to talk to everybody and get it all solved. And then it's like, oh, well, we solved that. And then I'm like, okay, now where to go? Oh, there's a chasm I can't cross. Oh, there's a thing I need to get at the bottom of this lake and I can't get to. Oh, I have no idea what to do, and I talk to every NPC. Guess I'll look up a guide and then get past it again and get stuck again. Because that's the whole circle jerk of this game that's been jerking me around over the last 80 hours of the game.
Oh, my.
Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm almost at 90 hours of this game. It's like,
That's ridiculous.
It's like... Part of me wants to quit, but the other part's like, nope, I gotta finish it because I'm that close. I'm that close to it.
Or so you think.
And never again will I have to play this game. Ever.
So you play 8, which would be your favorite one.
But, yeah, that's all I've been playing. And stuff.
That's it?
Unless you want to talk about comic books, because, I've been reading me some comic books.
That's not a game.
Because that's what's been created into my playing time.
At all.
Is all the amazing comic books I've been reading in the Marvel Now and DC 52 of Batman and Robin.
Those aren't.
But they totally killed Robin. Spoiler alert.
Yay! Don't worry, guys. It wasn't any of the good Robins. So.
What are you talking about? It was such an awesome dynamic. Damian Wayne was like Batman's son, and then Talia.
But nobody liked him, so it doesn't matter.
Batman liked him.
Yeah, well, how'd that work out for him? Yep. I went there.
Actually, it's pretty funny. Well, it's not funny. It's kind of sad because, like, all the, like, in the Requiem books are, like, following up. Batman's all sad, and it's all depressing. It's like man, I kind of want to read this. It's like, oh, okay, I'll shut up. But yeah, totally check it out if you're into Batman and stuff. But, that's what I've been playing.
Don't do it. Damien sucks. Tim Drake for the win. But, okay. So, I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles 2. I ended up beating that mission because it made me mad. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop being nice now. And that's what happened. And then I ended up winning. So take that, Valkyria Chronicles. Take that. So what I ended up doing was I switched over a couple of people's classes or whatever. Because the way the game works is, everybody except Yvonne is like, restricted to a certain class, but you get to learn different potentials from different like subclasses in their classes. So I like switched people around, had them learn a few more things, and then I switched one of the guys over to become an elite sniper because they have like a sniper rifle that shoots in like 3-round bursts, so he can basically like one shot anything, which is awesome. And then I just left Melissa as the anti-tank sniper, so the two of them ended up being able to kill Dirk, which was fantastic because it was like, ha, in your face, guy, in your face. Because none of my other soldiers were able to do any damage to him for whatever reason. But since the snipers, they're basically like, they can just take out anything from a distance, and since they can headshot even those stupid artificial Valkyria, it's like just great. So his little shield couldn't protect him, but yeah, it was nice to take him down. And then, because when I first started, I kind of just immediately started trying to capture every base for each of the areas. And then, since they couldn't respawn anything, Dirk was pretty much just walking back and forth trying to capture the two flags in his area. And since he was so busy doing that, he didn't have time to defend himself. And then I won. And I was like, ha. So yeah, I won. But then everything got all sad because one of the characters gets killed off, and then, yeah, then they get all reveal-y with stuff. And it's like, well, this is depressing. When you go through all that trouble to win stuff, and then you go and be all depressing afterwards. So, yeah, that game. I stopped after that, though, because I was sad. I had to go cry for a little bit. It's like, oh, thanks a lot, Valkyria Chronicles. Way to ruin my victory with your depressing stuff. So, other than that, I was playing Fire Emblem. Turns out the S ranking for the things is when the characters get married. So I had like a few of the characters, they ended up getting married in their little side things or whatever. So they basically, if you team them up in battle now, they're basically just like all invincible and stuff, because the guy they're paired up with will usually jump in to defend them, and then they keep on team up attacking stuff and everything. So it's like, yay, kill things, which is great because I'm usually outnumbered because there's like a bajillion enemies on the stage to like our 12 or whatever. So that happens.
That's weird.
Isn't it though? Isn't it though? But I mean, when have bad guys ever played fair? Never. I learned that the hard way in Valkyria Chronicles. But then I won. So, face. But they actually introduced another mechanic.
I just thought of something after you said that. I was like, you know, a game made me want to marry someone, but didn't let me. Mass Effect. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go after yourself, Mass Effect.
Oh my. That's not very...
Where are my blue, beautiful children? I was promised them in the second game, and they were only mentioned in the third game, and now I'm left contemplating, did I impregnate Lara or not?
It's actually...
For eternity. Thanks, Bauer. Thanks.
It's actually funny that you mentioned that, because there's actually a game mechanic that's introduced after a certain chapter in the game, where, like, crap. I don't know if I can explain this without spoiling something, so... But either way, like, the character... It seems like anytime a character gets married, because I noticed it unlocks a side quest, and you get to meet their children from the future, because it's... Yes, okay, I can't really...
So, like, the quest takes place in the future?
No, okay, I'm gonna... Are either of you planning to play Fire Emblem? Because...
Maybe.
No.
Because I don't... You know what, Tekken? Oh well, don't get over it. It's not like a. I mean, the spoiler's pretty obvious anyway once you get to that point. So just get over it. But because during like one of the chapters, Marth reveals, or quote unquote reveals, that she's actually the main character's daughter from the future. But I mean, the game basically tells you this way before it happens, because it's like kind of obvious. So that's why I was like, I didn't know if it was really like a spoiler or not, because I mean, I figured it out before they even went all like, everybody else was like, oh, yes, but I was like, yeah, I kind of knew, but thanks though. But she tells you that she came back from the future or whatever, but she came back with people.
What?
But they all got separated, so it turns out these people are the children of your current soldiers, and that's why. And I was like, this makes no sense. But then this is why whenever like the characters get married, like their children appear in the side quests, because you can kind of like recruit them, because they're actually back for a reason, because there's more stuff going on. But like I said, spoiler reasons, can't really go into details. But yeah, But she's
Did
back.
you know Fire Emblem had time travel in it? ...
I know. That's why I was like, when I was playing, I was like, this just went from fantasy up and sci-fi up in here. What's going on, guys? What's going on? So that was weird, but it's kind of funny. But I thought it was kind of...
never see that in a Western fantasy game,
Which is good, because they suck. So, at least they try new things in the JRPGs, like the Western fantasy games. But yeah, I thought it was kind of a cool mechanic to have it like the kids, because I guess it's kind of like you technically brought them into existence by the characters getting married off kind of thing. So it kind of like forms whatever the future team was when they came back. So depending on, I guess, which characters it is, it's married. And the new characters, they seem to have like one of the parents, like some of their skills, but not all of them, because a lot of them are like different classes from whatever their parents are. So it's all kinds of shenanigans going on and stuff. But it's not part of the main story, so I'm guessing you don't actually have to recruit them if you don't want to. But you can. So that's a thing. That's happening. But yeah, I finished the first arc of the story already, so started the second one or whatever's, and that's happening. And there's some weird stuff going on with doppelgangers and time travels and all kind of strange stuff going on and whatnot. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun, kind of cool, and whatnot. That's about it.
I actually just thought of another game that you get married and have kids or whatever. Fable, but I didn't really like that game.
Fable.
So. I remember that I stopped playing. That's really all I remember. It's like, I must have not really liked it then, because I stopped playing.
I spent money on it, so I had to finish it. An obligation. So that happened. I started playing Soul Hackers, but yeah, I haven't done anything yet, so yeah. It's just your typical cyberpunk RPG. So, ew. But we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I'm not really like a big fan of cyberpunk, so yeah.
I don't think you're a big fan of anything anyways.
I am, but
that's Final Fantasy or Disney.
Oh my god, I love Disney. The best ever. I don't like all the Final Fantasies.
I didn't say all of them. I'm just saying, like, as a series/franchise.
I guess. But, I mean, that's like saying you love Mass Effect. It's not really... I mean, it's not a... Yeah. But, yeah.
But I do love Mass Effect RPG.
I know you do. That's what I'm saying. Can't really see that as an insult. It's like, what are you doing right now? But, yeah.
It was a fact or something. Yeah. A statement of fact, yeah. There you go.
That's pretty much all I've been playing. For now, anyway.
Gamer, what have you been playing?
I finished Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Ew. I mean...
That was alright. I mean, I don't know, the ending it was just too abrupt to just go anywhere. Then, like, there's Templars but I was, like, thinking, Templar Assassins, like, the story doesn't even make sense anymore. It's like, the third one didn't even go into the Templars anymore. It's like, it's about the future and about ending of the Earth, and so it was never about that anymore. It's like now they're still putting this Templar Assassins thing into it. It's like it doesn't even
the Templars were somewhat there because they kind of wanted to speed up the end of the world or something.
But this one
whatever their motivation is.
Like the plot is like, I don't even know if there was a plot. It's like, like your dad had sex with a black woman and she was free because she was a slave, so he freed her, and they had sex, and they had the chick who's the main protagonist. Okay, but then by some lie or something, she gets banished to I think it was Mexico or Brazil or something. So she goes there. The dad then stays in New Orleans, and then he gets like gets another woman, Madeline. Then she becomes like the head Templar for some reason. Like that's out of the blue. Like it's so confusing. Then like there was one of the hidden scenes is like the dad wanted to marry her daughter. I was like, what? It was so fucking weird. I was like, my mouth was like agape. Seriously, it was like, wait, the dad wanted to marry me? What the hell is going on here? It's like, I would have married you if it wasn't for Madeline, your stepmother, because she wanted to marry her for business or something. I was like, what? God, seriously, I don't know.
She's the crazy one.
It flew over my head. Seriously, the entire story of the game. Like, your headmaster of the assassins is this guy from the Bayou, or Bayou, whatever you pronounce it. And he's like, because you don't, what is this? You don't listen to him. He doesn't treat you like his disciple anymore. He treats you like garbage. And he's like, I'm trying to help you, dude. And like, I don't like you anymore. I should have kept you like the girl you were. Like you were. I was like, what the hell? I don't even know. They're like, there was some insistence that he was the father. I was like, what? I don't know. The game was okay, like action wise. Like it was decent. They made it work. Assassin's Creed and Portable.
Sounds fantastic.
That sounds like every Assassin's Creed.
They made it work. Yeah.
Tried to.
The tagline of every.
No, cause they made it work because like Bloodlines, it really felt like a cell phone game on PSP. Seriously, it was like, what the hell is this garbage?
It's like Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. They did what they could.
Yeah, but this one they finally put the console experience on the portable, so that was good. And like in Assassin's Creed 3, there's an entire like business part to the game that you could just like not even go into it, and the game doesn't even care.
Well, there's it's like that in each of them though.
Oh,
because I mean, 2 had the city.
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
but there's like it had some purpose, like you got something out of it rather than just getting money. Here you just get money.
That's all I got out of it.
The thing is like,
for.
Yeah. Well, in the Brotherhood and Revelations, there was some element of you get more health, you get more weapons that like do more damage. But this one's like, I don't need another weapon than the blades. It's like, who cares? I don't know. It was okay. Hopefully they do better next time. It's a good first effort from that team. So. And then I finished Guacamelee, which is freaking fantastic. Loved it. It was like, it's so good. Like there's enough beats that like it keeps you carrying on to the end of the game. Never gets boring. It never gets stale. So it's a good game.
How much is that game?
$15.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you get if you have a Vita, you get the Vita version for also. So.
What if I don't have a Vita?
And you just get the PS3 version.
That's not good enough.
It's still great because it's like there's not a ton of replayability once you like 100% everything, but there's still a hard mode so I can get the trophy. So right now I'm trying to get the platinum. So
ew.
It's easy if you know what you're doing, because I've heard in like podcasts where they're having trouble with platforming. It gets tricky, but once you look at it, you're like, okay, this is what I have to do. It's simple. There's this one boss fight with a tiger. It's like, man, that was hard. But once you figured it out, it was like, yeah, that was pretty easy. I could get a no damage run against this guy, but I'll never do it because I'm not that crazy. And for some reason, I was bit by the Mass Effect bug because I was like, man, there's like nothing to play because I beat the 2 of the games. Like my backlog's getting smaller and smaller, so I was like, I could play something else, something on the console. So I popped in Mass Effect, and man, the game is good. It amazes how much dialogue there is in like the first hours of that game. Like there's no combat whatsoever. It's like just pure dialogue, trees, and oh my god, so fantastic. The world building is like, oh my god, amazing. Citadel, nothing will match that one in the first game. Nothing. This was freaking fantastic. Love it.
Oh.
But the PS3 version is rough as hell. My god. They really you could really tell like they lowered the textures on some of the models. It's like, ugh, like it's not there's not a lot of popping, which is nice, but it's like, man, the textures, man, because at least put up that setting a little bit. But I guess that would drop the frame rate a bit since PS3 only has half the RAM. So.
Oh.
It is weird though because I haven't come across Conrad Werner yet. I forgot where he was. Do you remember, Tekken?
Yeah, you can meet him after when you first get to the Citadel after Eden Prime, and then you can meet him again after you become a Spectre, and then after the first story mission.
Shit. Where is he?
He's in the markets across from where not Dr. Shack was, but the medical
Michael?
bay that you meet Garrison, Dr. McKell. Just
Michael.
on that level, go straight across, and that's where he's at, next to the bar.
Okay.
Who is Conrad Vern? Whatcha-my-face, dude?
He's just like fanboy. Who
Oh,
gets really
that guy?
Yeah.
Isn't he like in a stairwell somewhere, like stalking you in that game?
Yeah, I think I know where he is because I never went to that area yet. Because like I was trying to like get Liara as fast as possible.
It's basically like the stairs to the bottom level on that end. Right? He's right at the very top of the stairs.
Okay.
Being all creepy. It's like, hey, I'm your biggest fan.
And man,
I watch you while you sleep.
This is the first time I'm playing as a female, and the dialogue is different. Holy crap. Oh my god, it's like a totally different experience, like playing as a woman. It's like he got hit on by like the fucking filth.
Oh yeah, Harkin.
Who was in the bar? Yeah, I was like, oh god, this is how it feels like to be a woman. I feel pretty.
There's probably a bunch of women out there like, told you. Yeah, guys are, yeah.
It's actually cool because like in Mass Effect 2 in Omega, when you go to before the Archangel mission, there's like a renegade interrupt you only get if you're playing Femshep, because like the guy that's recruiting is like, oh hey there, princess or something, and then she's like, call me princess again, and like she pulls out her gun and like puts it in his face or something. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gotta be interesting playing as a female. Interesting. You're like, I'm already getting hit on by Katie. I'm like, that's disgusting. I don't like Katie.
Wow.
But man, truly, man, I have no idea why I kept on choosing to kill Kaden, but then like, man, what's her face? Ashley. I hate her so much. Jesus, racist.
Isn't she just terrible?
No, she said, oh, it's not racism. But it is.
It's like, what would you call it, Ashley? What would you call it?
But yeah, that game is good. Like, it's weird because playing the Mass Effect 2 and 3, like, it instilled these combat values into me. Like, I have to use overload to put down the shields. Because like when I first played Mass Effect, that never went into my head. Like, I have to use overload to disable their shields. But this time, it's like when I use those same tactics, like everything works beautifully. Like overload in the first game is freaking powerful as hell. Like it does a major area of effect damage, and I was like, holy shit. In the later games, that's so weak in comparison.
A lot of the powers were
that
in the first one in comparison. Because it's like I remember going through and playing the second one. I was like, these ADEP powers are really nerfed compared to
the first
man. Oh my god.
So,
like I didn't like Rocket Troopers, man. They were killing my shit. Like, because I'm playing on hardcore. Because you can't unlock, you can't go in Insanity the first time you play the game. So that's kind of stupid. So you have to unlock it first. But man, playing like hardcore, like going against Rocket Troopers, like 2 hits, you're dead. So you have to like use that overload. And overload is like 1 shot after they get overloaded. Like they are down. Like, oh my god, this is insane.
That is like it does. I think it does like bonus damage against synthetic opponents.
Oh, okay.
Since it's a tech attack.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the abilities are all powerful. That's why the cooldown times on those things are fucking crazy. Like sometimes they're like 15 seconds long compared to like 2 and 3 where like everything's cut down by like almost half. So it's kind of cool.
It's because you had to like spam them in those for anything useful.
Yeah, true. Yeah. That's pretty much all I've been playing. Then right now I'm just playing Guacamelee. So good. I love the Brawler. Come back. There's supposed to be a Brawler coming out today in the store, but the store is not updated yet. So
Yeah, what's up with that store? Why don't you update? I'm trying to get my damn demo.
Chen, man, seriously.
Got me all excited for nothing. Seriously. But it's okay. I have games to play anyway.
Yeah.
Good thing
That's why I
Pandora's
was
Tower
checking the
got
store at midnight and make my
semi-delayed.
1 week of plus video at midnight.
Oh, and
oh.
one more thing is like Wake Up Club. I totally screwed this one group on one day. Like I totally overslept because like there's this new option in the Vita firmware where if you remove the headphones, it will mute the system. So I removed it right overnight. Like my system, then I never heard the alarm. I was like, what the hell's going on? My alarm's not going off. Then it was like 7 o'clock. My alarm was set for 6, and I see the Vita. It's like the screen is like flashing red. Like there's all these people like waking me up. I'm like, oh.
Everybody's like, get the hell off, gamer.
I am so sorry. So I overslept, and my early rising was reset to 0. I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
So don't mute your Vita because it's something like it doesn't override the volume controls. So kind of sucks.
Just unmute it.
I did not know that it doesn't override because usually when you have a cell phone, when you're on vibrate or on silent, it still overrides those settings to wake you up for an alarm.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. That's not the same thing for Vita. So now I know.
Now you know. And the more you know.
Yep.
Insert star here.
Okay, so that's what we've been playing this week, and we will come back after this with our favorite new IPs of this console generation.
Spoiler alert, there aren't that many.
Not from RPG, because he's a hater.
What are you talking about? I have like a bunch of them. I mean, the only ones you're probably going to talk about
we'll
is
see.
Mass
We'll
Effect.
see, won't we? I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
we'll see
we will.
as we name them and number them.
Yeah. Or maybe we will.
Throwdown,
Yeah,
RPG,
okay,
Tekken, coming up after this, because, yeah.
I have to get my
RPG
list.
says he's not ready. What do you need to be ready, RPG? What do you need?
I have to get my list of stuff. Why would you...
List of stuff.
This
is the arena of the minds, RPG. All right.
With the topic.
You don't get a chance to write down the list.
What the hell?
Okay. This is so our listeners can hear that Tekken is superior to your inferior intelligence that you're always writing the short best on the podcast. And you're like, oh, what's that? Oh, I haven't heard about that yet. Oh, who's that person? Peter Moneylex. Oh, what? I'm RPG. So, since I just pushed the button, RPG wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, but we're about to throw down with our favorite new IPs of this gen, and completely unprepared. Do you want me to go, RPG, or would you like to start?
You can go.
All right, I will. Mirror's Edge, so amazing. I love that game. Cannot wait for there to be hopefully a sequel. If not, that's too bad because I really love that game, and it would be a burn to my heart of sadness that it was.
Didn't they cancel the sequel for that?
No, there's no news. Like, people want it, but I don't think people... when people want stuff and it finally comes out, they'll be so disappointed. It's like, don't ask for it. Just, play the first one over and over again.
But it's not enough, gamer. It's not enough.
But there's now, Oculus Rift support, and then I've heard, reports are, saying it's fucking insane. Playing in, virtual reality mode. That's, crazy.
I guess. But, I mean, I don't know, because, the game... Because Mirror's Edge is already in first person, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I never did any virtual reality, so I'm not sure what the experience would be like. But I feel like it wouldn't be that different, would it? It's already first person anyway.
No, but you're moving at your head. You're seeing the environment through their eyes.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting. But I think people are just interested in a first-person game that doesn't involve shooting people.
Yeah, that too.
Well, we didn't have... I mean, it's not like we had a lot of those, Jin. What do you...
No.
Portal. Another one of my favorite new IPs of this gen.
What?
Portal.
Which one?
Portal.
Oh, it's like your mic was cutting you off. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is boil? What? What? But yes, Portal is.
That to me is like one. Actually, I think that is in my top 5 of like all time.
I feel like, although I do feel like if GLaDOS wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I did. Even though I do like puzzle games and stuff, I think like without her to set that tone, it's kind of like, maybe this isn't as awesome as it could be. Just missing
I just like
something.
It because it's like very innocent the first half, and then like something happens. It's like,
things trying to kill you. Like
like that now.
It's like, I thought we were friends. You told me you wanted to help me test this. She's kind of a jerk.
And then she tries to make you feel guilty. She's like, so, companion cube, you did it. I watched you.
Is it weird that I did kind of feel guilty about that? Because it's like,
I think it is, because I totally did. And I was like, yeah, I murdered a companion cube. I'd do it again.
Tekken! That companion cube was the only friend you had. It helped you.
I didn't need that.
It helped you. Well, actually, you did to complete otherwise you couldn't complete the chamber.
Okay, well, yeah, I needed it, but still.
And
I regret thing.
And it served you faithfully. And what'd you do? Incinerated it. All because it wasn't all walking on 2 legs and being nice to you.
No, because I had to in order to get further through the test thingy. So I was like,
right.
well,
all about you.
Well, if I was here, and I'll open the chute and throw it in and be like, whee!
You're just so selfish. Rest in peace, companion cube. Except you're alive, but still. But Tekken would know that if he finished the second game.
Did you ever finish it?
No.
So I just like to put that in your face, Mister. Oh, who has the inferior intelligence here, jackass? So, yeah.
Oh, okay. As I'm still going down my list of games. Let me add another Heavy Rain. Oh, one of the most games. Cross generation with like the interface and the whole you can die and fix the story, and then if you die here it changes from here, or if you die there it's like, yeah, I can just play this game so many times. I played it once because it's all I needed to be like, that experience was amazing.
It's kind of sucks though, because it's like part of me wanted to like have my characters die, but at the same time I'm like, well, if I do, there'll be no game left, so then I can't just. I just can't.
I'll probably go back there and do stuff differently anyway.
But you could only have them. They can only like die off at certain points, though. It wasn't like you had complete freedom for them to get screwed over without it to allow the game to continue, though. So it wasn't as dynamic as you would think.
I'm RPG, and I'm in defense of games that are not terrible.
Say what?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on. Let's see. Besides that, Journey and Flower from that game company, because they made me feel so happy and free when I play them.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, oh, I'm a flower in a field. Whee!
I bet you are.
The music is so relaxing and calming. Shut up, I'm just like, oh, that's so relaxing and calming. Yeah. There's supposedly this game that had me go around and shoot people in the face, and it's like, oh, that's relaxing and nice, yes, and calm on stream. And the Journey was all like, oh, I'm a thingy, a scarf thing out in the desert, going around.
A scarf thing?
Adventuring, exploring. Oh, someone appeared in my game, hey, person, and then like I follow him, I get to the end of the game, and that person is like 5 different people. I'm like, what? No way. That magical co-op was like, how did they do that? It's like the whole time I thought it was one person. It was 5 people. I felt kind of betrayed, but whatever. It was very weird.
Sorry.
But I enjoyed it. So yeah, other new IP.
Yeah.
Other new IP. Of course, my most favorite game series ever now.
What, Dragon Age?
A new IP? No.
Oh.
This gen would be the magnificent, majestic magnum opus of BioWare's Mass Effect.
Oh, that's not Dragon Age at
all. And all the fun I had while having my character and interacting with all the other NPCs that were so well crafted and made me feel for them throughout the game. And yeah, 3 is kind of but I'm not going to go there, so I'm just throwing it out there. I really like that new IP. It was really great, and, hopefully the other versions in the franchise, when they come out, will be just as good.
They won't be, because now you're expecting too much from them. You have to lower your expectations, Tekken.
Well, the funny thing about Mass Effect is that as the games go on, they get worse, so, nowhere to go but up. That's what I say.
I don't know. I mean, 2 was... in my opinion, 2 was better than the first one. I haven't, played through the entire story of 3 yet, but, yeah. We'll see how that goes. But...
Oh, yeah. L.A. Noire. I like that game. That was fun. Actually, Cole Phelps is, one of my favorite, what's that word called? Main characters, because
protagonist?
That too, because he's such a different take on the world when he's when you're playing as him. He's a very straight arrow person of paragonal justice and very, I don't know, he's just very different compared to all the different characters.
Did you say paragonal?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Very justice upholdy type. Stick up his butt, and I was
but
wow, I can relate to this guy.
Spoilers, but he had that stupid problem that was introduced out of nowhere.
Yeah, I hate that's one part I hate.
That was weird.
They ruined him kind of when they did that, because
until
that part is basically
I want to know.
I'm not going to say what happens, but
I want. I mean, the game's old though. So
it was he was an upright cop that was rising up the ranks, and then all of a sudden he's in an affair with a German songstress. That. He's a married man. Why is he doing this? That makes no sense.
Yeah, it's and you had no control over it, and it's what the F?
Because
it goes it goes completely against everything that his character is. It's why did that just happen?
Does it really though? Because people are a complex thing, and sometimes your environment corrupts you, and you do things that may not seem like something you would do, even though you're doing it. So I don't know. Maybe you were expecting too much out of him. Maybe he's been hiding these dark things about him a long time before you got to that point, and they just decided to spring it on you then. So, yeah. Nobody's perfect, Tekken. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I guess I'm not going to spoil that, but yeah.
Sheesh.
Also, I guess this is one we probably will agree on, Valkyria Chronicles, because it's a JRPG strategy combination of awesomeness.
I think it's a turn-based strategy.
Unlike very few... it was mostly a strategy game. Unlike many games I've ever seen before, and I was wow, the whole... It was okay, my thing about what makes Valkyria so awesome is that it takes, the strategy of, strategy games and, the character design of Japanese games. And then, the gameplay was, spot on of, this is, new and different and completely refreshing, as opposed to the whole, here's my turn-based game with my Japanese characters, and here's a bar that goes up, and, it's my turn to attack, and then their attack, and then, just way... And also the setting, too, is, alternate World War II, where it's you have, these people invading these people, but then you have, these Valkyria people, and there's, these super weapons that they can, kill with, tons of people with, one blast, and it's whoa, we gotta save the world, dude. So that was pretty cool. It was the people you're playing as was just well, they weren't cadets, but they
weren't even. I don't even think they were that far, because they were kind of picked off the street. So
yeah, they
weren't even cadets.
Weren't they called didn't that one guy call them farmhands or something?
I don't remember
what was he
calling, but because he talked really down to them, because the militia was always, they were all just you guys are basically expendable, because you're the army, you guys are just people we throw out there to catch the bullets. We'll do the hard work after everything is all done. Clean up your bodies off the battlefield. Good luck with that. But yeah, it was kind of messed up, because it's you basically have a little ragtag bunch of misfits just given guns and then thrown out on the battlefield. One of the guys was a farmer. He really was a farmer before he was just thrown out there and given a rocket-powered lance. It's here, good luck with that. It's So this is happening. But yeah, I really like that the series, because I like that they went through the trouble of giving each of the characters a personality, so people can have their own favorites and teams that they use to kind of put out on the battlefield, so it wasn't like you didn't just have like the main characters and then just a bunch of generic soldiers. It's like you had the main characters, and each of the soldiers that enlisted in the militia or was drafted into the militia each had their own personalities and skills and potentials that went along with it. So that was kind of a cool feature too, because like a lot of care went into it.
Powers that activated when they were like close to certain ones. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like,
and then some of them were funny, like they were guys that were attracted to other guys.
Oh yeah,
that's funny. That is funny.
But you had like Jane, who was a masochist and a sadist and all these fun things. So she like she gets powered up whenever she hurts people and stuff like that. She's like, scream for me. It's like, oh my gosh, you should get that looked at. But yeah, it was cool that they put so much care into it.
All the weird Japanese stuff in all the right places. It was great.
Yeah, it's one way to look at it, I guess. But yeah, because it was also nice to have like I guess like a World War II setting without it just being a shooter. Like
as opposed to some generic fantasy setting with orcs and elves and
yes, Dragon Age. But it's like it was a nice change of pace. So that's a series I really enjoyed, and I'm sad that it didn't sell enough to stay on the home consoles, because the handhelds just don't have the power to capture the magic that was the first one. Even though it's a good game, it's just not, it just can't live up to the original Valkyria Chronicles and all its beauty and all the fun missions and stuff that they put you on. But I don't know, maybe one day, maybe next gen, who knows? Maybe Sega might decide they love me again, and then they'll grant my wish.
Well, you never know. They put out a new Knights game, and people said that would never happen.
That's true. It's like,
actually, that is weird. Like, this gen was like the gen of miracles. It's like, you'll never get a Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Totally happened. You never get a Street Fighter vs. Tekken. Totally happened. You never get a new Knights game. Totally happened. It's like, we'll never see Checker and Radio again. They totally brought it back. It's like, wow.
Like
so Mega Man has been doing better. I must say, he has been better.
That just makes
there was
me
one
sad.
casualty, and it was the Blue Bomber, because you're not going to see him again ever.
And it's even worse because it's like he wasn't even in Marvel vs. Capcom, which made me even more sad because he was usually on my play team, and I was like, no, why would you do this to me, Capcom? So I don't know. I lost Mega Man Legends 3. He wasn't even playable anymore. Man, that's sad.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. And he said, it's like, oh, you guys want this game? Sorry, we got
it. It's like about that. Man, that sucks.
Just dangle it in front of our fingers and be like, oh, we got screenshots and stuff. Oh, it's in the word. It's canceled.
Joking.
Sorry. We took it to my fans. Changed our minds.
It's like, how about this new Resident Evil instead? Because that's so yeah.
Also, the Mega Man Universe game that had like all the different skins and stuff. That was pretty cool. And then they canceled it.
Because it's Capcom. They don't care about you.
Yep, that was just like the string of misses on their list of why I no longer like them. And I don't even want to get into it. Even if they did have some good new IPs, but I'm not even going to mention them because they don't deserve it.
It's true. You suck, Capcom. You suck so hard.
But back to new IPs, I'd say Borderlands also on that list because I had so much fun in the Borderlands looting and killing, and wow, that didn't sound good. Looting and killing and setting things on fire and melting them and shocking them with shock weapons and then setting my turret on them to kill them all, and it was great. It's fantastic.
I mean, it's one of those, because I mean, I've always thought that I hope that there would be more co-op games, I guess, but not all games with co-op are always made well, even if they're like based around co-op. So like things like Resident Evil 5 or Army of Two or something. It's like, yeah, there's co-op in it, but it's like, yeah, I don't feel like it works as well. But at least they didn't like try to put anything unnecessary in the Borderlands, because then that way you'll be thinking, well, why couldn't I do this? Or why couldn't this happen? Because at least in Borderlands, you can get separated from your team and be all screwed over because you work with people like Tekken. And then it's like, oh, remember that one time I was on the other side of the map and you guys left me to die by all these badass skags and whatever?
I would like to just point out that, in any scenario, RPG is always not the one at fault. It's always
Well,
you.
obviously. I mean, I'm not going to be blamed for something like
I would just like to quote him from the spoiled discussions that we had about The Walking Dead, where he's like, the only person worth living in this zombie apocalypse is me.
Oh, I did say that, to be fair. So, I sound horrible now. See what you did? Now people think I'm a horrible person.
Well, I'd say they wouldn't be wrong if they said that, so...
Well, that's not very nice. I'm a very... Yeah, you're right. I'm going to try to defend that. So, yeah. Although, to be fair, everybody in The Walking Dead was expendable, except me, because I was useful. I could find keys, and I can kill zombies. What could they do? Get us all trapped by zombies. So, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's also another new IP I will add, because that was my most favorite game of last year, and I enjoyed it so much, even if it did make me tear up at the end.
Oh.
Like, very few games do. Let's see. I guess I will be done for now, RPG, and you can go with your list of new IPs, because there's so many, because you love so many new games.
Oh, I do. I just don't remember them. So, yeah. But, I'm gonna just start with my 360 list, since it's probably the shortest of the group. But, there was Lost Odyssey, which was,
oh, yeah, I forgot about the game.
Great little RPG by the people over at Mistwalker. I think that's their names.
Yeah,
those guys. I kind of liked it because it took like the traditional turn-based RPG and kind of like added a couple of little tweaks to it to kind of make things interesting with the ring system and the whole immortals being able to learn things from your mortals and that whole crazy thing and stuff. And they had some fun characters in there too. So
they did.
It was
Jansen, you make me laugh every day.
So that was a lot of fun to play through. It's a nice little cast of characters, except for that hooker kid that they carried around with them. Where was her mother? Oh wait, never mind. But yeah, it was fun. It's great. It's a great little game, which is surprising because other Mistwalker games I've played not necessarily been all that great. Like Blue Dragon, which was a disappointment. But yeah, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, since we're on the topic of Lost Odyssey, would you say it's a better game than Final Fantasy 13? If you had to throw them in a pit and have them fight to the death, who would win? Because I'd pick Lost Odyssey, hands down. Because I actually had more fun playing that game, looking back at it. It's like, 13, that one burned to me, especially when I got to Barthandalus, and I was like, you know what, I don't even think I want to play this game. And I got past it, and then I kept playing, and it was like, oh, okay, and then I got stuck again, and I was like, oh.
Because for me, it's like, I like them both, but it's like...
2-man enter, 1-man leave.
Oh, no. Because I mean, outside of Vanille, I like most of the characters in 13, which is sad because actually I think I liked her like character and her story and everything. It's just her voice actress was just not good.
It was not that bad.
Oh, it was bad enough.
I got used to it.
Because she gets pretty screechy in random places. Like, there were some scenes with her, like, strangely enough, like, there's some, like, one of my favorite scenes in the game actually involves her, strangely enough, but, it was, like, one of the few nicely acted scenes for her anyway, because, like, the scene with her and Sass in the amusement park where he's, like, suicidal at that point and everything. That was just a great scene, and that's like the only time I was just like, I do not want to strangle you right now. So this is great, but I don't know. She always seems so. Her accent just seems like all over the place. I think is what really ruined it for me, which is weird because I'm pretty sure she's Australian. So that should not have been.
And they had another character that spoke an accent, which was Fang.
Yes. who was supposed to be Australian as well, which I really hope her voice actress was Australian, because if she did a better job than the actual Australian, yeah.
Square Enix making really good games this gen, yeah.
Hey, they tried, and that's all that matters. Which reminds me, I would pick The Last Remnant as one of my new IPs because of not necessarily because the game itself was good, because it was all thing with technical glitches or whatever, but I think like the idea behind it, I really like the idea of like large scale battles where everybody have your little mini squads and it's like this one big clash kind of thing, because I think it was an ambitious kind of attempt on their part. They just didn't execute it as well as they probably could have, which is sad because we never got a PS3 release because of it. So
we were supposed to, right? But then
it ended up getting shelved because people were complaining about all the technical problems with the 360 version, which apparently were fixed in the PC version, and everybody was all like, "Yay, the game's good!" And then, yeah, they had already canceled the PS3 version by this point, so that happened. Kind of made me sad because it's like, the potential there, the lost potential. So there was that as well. Also, Viva Pinata.
Oh man, I love Viva Pinata.
I'm surprised I ended up liking. It's one of those games where I kind of bought it because it's like there's really nothing else that interested me at the time, and I was like, this looks whimsical enough to keep my attention or whatever. And it's like it was surprisingly entertaining game because it's like you have this, you're building up this farm, and then you have these wild pinata coming that you capture and kind of like nurture them, and they're all getting into their little crazy shenanigans on the farm before you send them off to get beaten by children and empty their delicious innards, which is pretty dark when you consider how bright and colorful the game was. It's like, this is, yeah. But yeah, it was a cool game. It was pretty fun to try to catch rare pinatas and trying to tweak your farms and stuff and letting them live their little virtual lives before their inevitable deaths. So, yeah. That was great. Let's see. Were there any other 360 ones I thought were good? Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. If I think of one, I'll come back to it. Anywho, Trauma Center. That series was a series that I really liked this gen. They're all Nintendo based, so it's probably why a lot of people either forgot about them or didn't play them because I think the last one came out a while ago, so that was it. But the whole series as a whole, I really enjoyed the I guess the puzzly elements of it while you're fighting off evil viruses and stuff. Even though your nurse likes to be all yelly and stuff, when it's like, hey, how about you help me instead of sitting over there screaming in the corner, telling me that the patient's dying, because I could see that because I'm operating on them. So yeah. That happened. But yeah, it was cool. I usually like the stories that went along with it and the cast of characters, especially in Trauma Team, where they broke it down where each person had like their own specialties and stuff. So you got to they introduced like a bunch of new gameplay kind of mechanics and stuff into the series. So it's a nice little refreshing take on it's not your typical type of game. So that was fun as well. Let's see here. What other Wii games did I play that I enjoyed? There's The Last Story, because it was recent, so I could think of that one off the top of my head. It's another one by Miss Walker, I think, actually. Was it, maybe? Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah. So, I mean, they did have some good ones this gen, too. They also had some misses, but everyone's entitled to their mistakes, and it's okay. I forgive them, because I enjoyed The Last Story. Unlike that other developer. What's they called? Monolith Soft? Is that them? They know what they did. Anyways. So, No More Heroes. as well. It's a fun little action game. Doing the whole assassin ranking thing, and it's essentially, now that I think about it, it's almost similar to like games like the Shadow of the Colossus thing, where it's like a series of boss fights, essentially, and you're not really, although, I mean, you do fight enemies on your way to said bosses, but for the most part, the game is centered around the boss fights and all the crazy assassins that are a part of the organization that they're in, so that was... It's a fun little romp. Little King story, mostly because it's similar to Pikmin, and it's probably the closest I'm going to get to Pikmin anytime soon at this point, or any new ones, because Nintendo hates me, and they don't like me to be happy. So, but also it was a pretty cool game. It's like a city management sim in addition to the strategy elements and the semi-dating sim properties too. It's a weird little game, but it's fun to play, and it's another one with a crazy cast of characters that are probably not meant for children's eyes and things, but they were there, and that's why the game was rated teen and not for everyone, because contrary to its sugary, lighthearted art style and stuff, don't let it fool you. That is not meant for kids at all. So, yeah. Are there any other good Wii games that came out? Because, I mean, I feel like there weren't really any new IPs from Nintendo themselves, since most of their new stuff is always like Mario and Metroid and those other games that I can't think of now, but I'm sure they exist. Those kinds of things.
Well, there's a reason why everybody's Wii just sits in the closet and collects dust.
Well, I mean, I've used mine a couple of times recently, but that's mostly because of third-party releases, though, so for Nintendo. So, yeah, maybe you're right. But they try. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Are we counting handhelds in this gen as well, or?
Oh, no, because they stretch too far back. Unless it's Vita.
Because, well...
But then that's, like, brand new, so all their games are new.
That's true. Wait, but, no, because, like, the 3DS came out this gen, right? Kind of?
Wait a minute, I'm trying to think, because, like, I think we should just, like, do handhelds later.
I'll just stick to consoles
they stretch
because
way far back, I think.
They have a weird generation thing with the handhelds, I guess. So, alrighty. And PS3 stuff. The whole Souls series was I really enjoyed the Demon Souls and Dark Souls games because they introduced the I guess like the kind of like persistent online mechanic where you can have like people invading your game and trying to screw you over and stuff, but they can also come in and help you, which even like the people who, like the bad people that were invading you could still kill enemies and stuff, which I had happen before, where it'd be like a red phantom would come in and then he'd just run off instead of fighting me and going to kill everything else instead. So it's like, oh, thanks for that. I could have just summoned you instead, but okay, can do it this way. So that was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to Dark Souls 2, if that's this gen anyway, because I'm not buying a PS4 anytime soon. So let's just hope so. And otherwise, I'm doomed. Residents of Fate. I was a Tri-Ace game, which I'm surprised I ended up liking, because most of their games are kind of not that great, because the Star Ocean series is kind of my B-tier RPG series, but I just need to pass the time until something else comes out. But I ended up enjoying Residents of Fate because the battle system was cool. It had like and it was like a focus on gunplay and that kind of stuff, and not the same fantasy setting that you're used to getting for a lot of RPGs that came out over the past few decades or whatever. So it was a nice change of pace to have that setting and whatnot. Then the main characters had their baggage and everything to go along with it, and it was kind of fun. So there's that. The Little Big Planet series. as well. I thought it was pretty cool that they, I guess, I don't know. I don't really know how to, because it's like kind of like putting, like giving the gamers the development aspect of a game, but at the same time still giving them like a game to play. So it was nice to kind of have that and then see what other people were creating and all the crazy stuff people did with the system that they were given. But it was like still enough of a game there for people who wanted to just play to play. But then there's that creation side for people who are creative enough or had the time to, you know, create a bunch of different uses for the in-game engine and all the tools and stuff that they gave you. So it was a nice addition, and it's a pretty innovative thing for its time. And we'll probably not see anything like that anytime soon unless Media Molecule is the one doing it. So, oh, there's that.
Minecraft, kind of. Yeah. Well, not really, because they didn't really make new games, but you can make new levels inside the game.
Yeah.
I guess you can't really populate it with stuff that's not in the game, so...
Yeah.
It's similar, but different, so...
It's not good enough. I'm not accepting. Actually, isn't Media Molecule doing something for the PS4?
Yeah, well, isn't that One Move game coming out with the puppets?
I thought that was... Wait, is that...
I thought that was just
for the Vita, is what you're talking about. I thought
there was actually, like, a game coming out, like, with that tech in it.
It was just a demo.
Oh, okay.
Well,
they will be coming out with something, though, so...
Well, I would hope so. I mean, it'd be kind of pointless for Sony to have them.
I mean, why would they just pay all those people and just have them sit in an office and, you know, stick around with their thumbs twiddling away?
Yeah, basically. Because last thing you want to hear is people at Media Molecule got cut. Because, I mean, you're already seeing all these studios closing down this gen recently, so... It's a scary world out there. So, yeah. I guess Dead Space to some degree, although I haven't played the third one, so I'm not sure if the whole series is great or whatever, but I really enjoyed the ones I did play, and, you know... They're a fun, nice little survival horror thingy. And, yeah, there were no doors to get stuck on, because I'm not Tekken. So, I don't suck at things.
Pretty sure I didn't get stuck in any doors in Dead Space because I was too scared running away, and then I found a way through, and I was like, yes! I'm free! And then I got tagged again, and I just kept running, so there was no doors. That I was too motivated by not getting killed to get stuck on doors. Yeah.
Although, you can't keep running away, because how would you ever progress through anything? If you...
The whole time you're just going from
but there's
section of a stage.
Yeah, but there's some parts where you kind of like have to kill the necromorphs to get through.
Well, then I killed them because I was like, well, only one of us can survive, and I'm not going to die here, so...
Did you? Truly.
It's time to put on my yellow suit and purple tie, because somebody's going to die. Oh my. And it's not going to be taken.
Wait.
Just saying.
What?
Time to put on my yellow suit and my purple tie because somebody's going to die, oh my.
I don't... What?
Purple suit, yellow tie.
You just...
Gamer, did you hear what I just said? Gamer?
See, he's just as confused as me. See, there we go.
What? Did anybody hear what I just said? Nobody?
I did. But it was...
Whatever.
But it didn't make any sense. So, that happened.
Whatever. Our listeners will understand.
No, they won't. Nobody understands. Also, Catherine. Because, yeah. That's all.
Yeah, at least that was something new from that team.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
Right?
Yeah, because it wasn't like an RPG. Because I think it was the Persona 4 team that did the game, so it was not. It was not an RPG at all. It was like some kind of weird block puzzle physics game stuck inside of like a relationship sim.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Also,
and that was a good twist, even though it was kind of ham-fisted, but.
Well, was it really though? Because I mean, considering the team it came from, you kind of had to half expect something weird was going to happen. So, although
No, because a lot of people said it was like sort of a cop out, like because he didn't really. A spoiler because it's a freaking old game.
It is pretty old at this point.
Okay, we just like really love to spoil games, don't you? Every time in the podcast.
I do because
balls.
games are old and
It's true.
I play them.
You should have already played.
I played them all. Almost all.
As far as I'm concerned, zero tolerance. Spoilers.
No, it's like he never had sex with her.
Well,
it was just her tricking him that they had sex, and then she was there at the right time for the other Catherine to see that he was with another chick.
But I think part of it, because some people also argue, or other people have argued, like I think it's like the whole, like it's still like emotional cheating kind of, even though he didn't like physically.
Well, like Cyclops and Emma Frost.
The problem,
like
I really hated the main character because he couldn't tell Catherine up front, like, I'm not with this chick, blah blah blah. He was just like always doing that stupid, stubborn.
Well, that's because he felt guilty about it. I mean, after it's like, well, I've woken up with this strange woman in my bed several nights now, and probably shouldn't be drinking so much the night before because I might remember what's going on and remember that this chick is not real. So I don't know, but yeah. And
but there was another twist where it was like, whoa! that came out of left field. I would never tell that one because that was crazy, that twist.
Yeah, they did just kind of like pile on the twist in that game, didn't they? Although there was like some other things too that happened in the game, but I think which might depend on like your endings or choices in the game or something. Because I know there was a particular plot point for me that ended up not being true, and Tropical said when he played it that it did happen. So I think there's other stuff like that. Well, it was kind of it's cool, right? And like the whole pregnancy thing. So so that was yeah.
I was kind of like one of the friends was seeing Catherine, right?
Well, he was like in love with her or something, but he wasn't like, they weren't like actually dating or something, but yeah. There's all kinds of relationship quadrangles and whatever shapes going on in that game, so
it was nice to see something like that in a video game, handling those type of things.
Yeah, I agree. It's the main reason why I liked it. Although my ending wasn't necessarily a happy one. So.
Oh, you didn't get the good one?
It's like, what does that say about me as a person? Because Vincent, like in mine, he ends up dumping both of them. So I was like, well, I like being free.
You are a bad person.
Hey, according to the ending trophy, I had true freedom. So maybe I like being free, gamer. Maybe I like being free. So, yeah. That happened. But, yeah. And I think that's it for what I can think of anyway.
Gamer.
Pretty much, yeah, you guys pretty much nailed some of the ones I liked, so don't need to repeat those. But I really liked Uncharted.
Oh,
I really loved Uncharted. It's like, sure, it was a bit shooty, but the characters are just top notch. They're very likable.
Hey, Gamer, I have a question. If I got stuck on Uncharted 1, should I just skip to Uncharted 2 because I already bought it anyway? So.
You got stuck?
Yeah.
Was there a door?
That's like impossible.
There was like, I shot some dudes, and then like I guess I was supposed to climb somewhere or something. I don't know. And then I was like, I don't know where to go, so I just like stopped playing. So.
Oh my god.
I actually played the second one and didn't play the first one at all, so there's that. I don't feel like I missed anything, even if I may have. So, for what that's worth.
I still say play it too if you haven't played. You can get past it. Just watch a walkthrough or something. Those games, the story is very driven. I don't know. I like it. Like when you play it, you won't get up because like it's so good. Those type of games. So, and plus the characters, man. There's nothing. It's like, I wish this was my buddy. This was my best friend in the world, but
I don't know, because
they're not real.
Yeah,
he's a sort of a jackass. But not him, but like Sully.
I don't know if I want to be friends with him.
If I had a friend like Sully who was like awesome with women and shit, who gave me like tips and shit, yeah.
The best
That would be
wingman
awesome.
ever.
Yeah, best wingman, yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Although I did
Yeah.
like one chick, the
Chloe?
dark-skinned one.
Yeah, Chloe. Even though, man, they messed up her face in the third game. It's like, what is going on? She looked amazing in 2, even though she had the weird eye thing that they fixed. They fixed it in 3, but then they messed up her nose. Because in the trailer, she looked freaking beautiful. And then, like, in the final game, she's like, what did you do to her face?
Oh.
They changed it.
My Chloe, how have you changed?
And plus, like, all the in-jokes, like, they always talk about her ass, or, like, how Sully always talk about how he has encounters with strange women. Like, that type of stuff, like, that type of back and forth is really nice to hear. I did enjoy Bioshock series, even though I do not want them to make another one.
Why not?
Unless it was a different type of game, like adventure game or something. Because the shooting parts is like so uninteresting. It doesn't really add anything to the game. Like shooting hundreds of guys, like it's just a means just to get to the next area. So
do you think the gameplay should be if it's not a shooter?
Adventure game? I don't know, just walking around, just solving puzzles.
They could have, I was just about to say they could have like puzzle.
Yeah, puzzles. Yeah.
Because I mean, you still can have like the vigors or plasmids or whatever power they're using, and then have those to like situational kind of solving things or having like actual puzzles or something.
Yeah, not like Portal had puzzles where it's traversal, but it would be nice to see a first-person game. I think there was like that was still traversal, but like have first-person, but use the stuff in the environment to solve something. Much like what happened, there was it's simple Uncharted, like that type of puzzle. I don't know. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But, yep. And Bioshock.
Because that's part of the reason why I like the 999 series, because it's like it's like the environmental puzzles and then the other stuff, but it's like in terms of with the story and stuff, and you don't have to worry about like shooting crap or whatever's going on.
That's why I like The Walking Dead, is because the gameplay was just basic, and like it was like barely there, but I didn't care because like the story and characters were just so good.
Yeah.
And it just made me want to keep playing each chapter, like, and keep going. It's like, wow, I just cannot wait to see what happens next. It's like the story is so good. It's like, I don't care what the gameplay is. I just walk away and push buttons, whatever.
You shouldn't just push buttons. That's dangerous. Someone could have died. A lot of people did in mine, but still.
What was on PC that I enjoyed?
Ew, PC.
Witcher, was it this generation? I guess I would count it. Even though it's weird, I never finished the first game.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't finish
Yeah,
the
I never finished it. Because, like, they put up the game, I bought it. Then, they had, like, an extended version.
Although I did hear that series is pretty good, though. I haven't played any of them, though.
Me too. Even though I have the first two.
What?
I think we just lost Gamer from the call.
Did we? Oh, I'll re-add him.
But, yeah, because they're on Steam where games are cheap, so of course I bought them both, so.
Weird, but isn't the third... Oh, I think part of the problem is probably because they weren't, like... The other ones weren't multi-platform at first, right? Or something?
Yeah, neither of them were multi-platform at first.
That's what it was, so probably...
And then only the second one came to 360, so...
Okay.
The first one's not even on console.
So I think I'll probably end up getting to them once they come out for the... Because the third one is coming out multi-platform this time, right? Or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll probably get it eventually once I get a next-gen console.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was interrupted.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Witcher. even though I never played Witcher 1. I will finish it. I was playing, because they released it, then by the time I was about to play it, they just announced, there's the Enhanced Edition coming out. Then, like, I had to wait until that came out, but by the time that came out, it was, like, a year or two, and then Witcher 2 came out. Like, I'd rather play Witcher 2 because it's much more modern. Because, like, Witcher 1, it's, like, sort of, like, the combat is kind of shit. It's, like, you have these 3 stances, which thank God they removed in the second game. They have 3 stances, and based on the stance, you would do certain moves. Like, there would be a stance where it would do crowd control, but there would be a stance where it's, like, more powerful attacks. And there would be another stance where it's just fast strikes. But it's like, it's kind of clunky, which they fixed for the second game. So one of these days, I'll go back and I'll pound some women and get their sex cards.
What?
Because that was one of the systems in that game where you had sex with women and you would get cards of them in the nude.
Huh.
It was a European game, so.
That's a nice justification for it.
What do you expect? But yeah, that series is pretty good. I like it. It's like a lower budget BioWare game.
Really? Because everybody.
No, like in terms of like voice acting, like in presentation wise, it's sort of. If they had more money, they could pump out a really good Witcher game, like full, like no money spared type of game. But since they have a budget, they can only work within their means, and sometimes the voice acting and some of the animations need a little bit of work, but it gets its job done by the end of the day. Shit, new IP. Oh, Dead Space. Yeah. Even though that kind of got kind of tiring towards the end.
Oh, I didn't play the third one, so I don't know. I really liked the second one, though.
Yeah, and third one...
Because Isaac was going crazy.
But then they removed the crazy at the end of the second, so it's like, he's not crazy anymore. Oh.
Well, did they really remove it, though? Oh,
the eye thing, whatever.
Yeah, but, like, even though, like, towards the end, though, because there was, like, a part where, like, he's talking to whatever the hell that chick's name is, and they kind of, like, it kind of implies that he's still kind of a little off.
Yeah, he's still wonky, but he's never going to be one of those people that changes. Like, he never gets fully transformed. Yeah, that was a good series. And, man, I'm looking at my shelf, man. I don't know.
All of them.
I thought of 2 more.
Are they a good 2 more?
Well, one of them is for sure.
that doesn't really reassure.
But Payday the Heist, just because it was fun to co-op and steal money or meth or what have you.
That's pretty cool too, because it wasn't just like typical shooter stuff. Like, we had our objectives to like rob stuff and hack into stuff and everything, and it's like you couldn't just go in guns a-blazing because there's only 4 of you and a lot more of them. So. And
it's so cool when you coordinate with your friends and how to take out the cameras. And when you do it right, it's like, hell yeah, we did it. We coordinated. And it was like, awesome.
Yeah. Go team. Although, seriously, though, for all the bank robbing they do, they really need to buy better equipment. Cause
yeah, how it takes forever to do anything in the game.
Yeah, because how does a drill jam so much for a sergeant
game where you have to have time for the assault waves to come through to be like, all right, guys, assault wave incoming. Let's huddle or let's turtle up and get in a defensive position to take down this dude.
Yeah, what would be great if maybe they implement this is equal, but it's like, remember it takes so long to drill something or unlock something. If you could, let's say you could pay money before the mission starts to upgrade your kits or whatever, so that it would be faster. That would be great.
Or to just force your way in. The worst comes to worst. Be like, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to shoot the damn lock. We'll go in. But, I don't know. I need to do something. Buy better equipment. Can't be that hard. We have like millions of dollars from bank robbing.
I guess it was also this gen. I would say, well, this isn't what I was gonna say for my second pick, but like thinking about it, Left 4 Dead is it's kind of like before Payday. We played a ton of that, so that was always fun.
Well, I did.
And so that was always fun for me to come back to. Now like there's a ton of mods, and I need to go back and play all the different mods. Like there's like Teletubbies and like other weird stuff that you can shoot. So why not, right?
The hell?
And then oh yeah, I was gonna say the Batman games, like Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Just
I don't know, they might end with a little limp right there.
I said, well, like when I said like at the beginning of the thingy, like so far this gen.
Oh, so far.
Like the third game's not out, so it can't ruin it. So first two, or the second one anyway.
But they're gonna try. They're damnedest to ruin it. They're gonna try.
I hope it's good enough so that it doesn't feel like it's not a Rocksteady game. Like I don't know. I'm like just handing it off to another studio is like
I don't know. The fact
scary.
that it's a prequel concerns me a bit. Because you would have to take some stuff away from it. It can't be as Batman-y as he was in the other one, since this happened before, and he's going up against assassins. But you know he's not going to die, because there are 2 games after it. So, there is that. Your suspense is gone. So...
Well, the heroes are supposed to win anyway, producer.
Are they? Are they? So.
Yeah.
Because people die in comics all the time. Why can't we have that game where the hero doesn't win? Maybe things just go horribly.
That would be depressing.
But
I don't think
it would be
actually,
different.
Well, actually, Walking Dead is kind of like that, if you think about it.
Yeah. Clementine's still alive, so technically the hero is still a win. I mean, the hero's still alive because Clementine survives.
It's a bittersweet ending, though.
Not for me. Because I got out.
But we all know your character doesn't matter.
I won because I didn't have to deal with them anymore. I was like, ha, Clementine, you're on your own. I'm free. I'm free. So, yeah.
Horrible person.
I am.
Horrible person.
But I'm okay with that. I've learned to accept my horribleness. Also, Clementine sucks. Duck for the win. Because he wanted to be my Robin. Preferably a good one. Not the sucky Damian Wayne one. Because that guy's awful. And he's a jerk. And he tried to kill Tim. So, yeah.
Did he really try to kill him, or were they just fighting?
No, he tried to kill him. I mean, Damien, if I'm not mistaken, was trained as an assassin or something, so he knew very well what he was doing. It wasn't like, ha, let's spar. This is more like, ha, I'm about to cut your throat and let you bleed all over the concrete here. So good luck with that. Douche. That's why he's dead. Who's the winner now? Ha, Red Robin's still alive, bastard. Yeah.
Oh man. I would add the Blob, because that was a really fun game and colorful and like artsy fartsy. Well, not artsy fartsy, but just very fun, colorful, not depressing, shoot people in the face game.
I kind of wanted to play that game because I remember you talking about it before when it like came out. And I was like, this sounds.
If you go into the store and it haven't updated, the second one was like really cheap, unless that was last week and not, or the week before last week and not last week.
Oh.
It was like $5 or something crazy. It was really cheap. I was like, ooh, and I bought it.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess. Well, does DJ Hero count?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
it's just like a continuation of Guitar Hero.
But I mean, technically, it's like a different.
And sadly, we will no longer beat it anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know how that counts because I mean, it technically is a hero title, but it's a different quote unquote instrument. So.
Quote unquote instrument.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how people categorize the turnstile table thingies, if they're counted as instruments or not. So, I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, I guess continuing the whole horror games aren't dead, Condemned, because that scared the crap out of me.
Oh,
So,
yeah. That
But
was
everything
great.
scares the crap out of you, though. It's not really
even though it was just hobos.
But they were berserk hobos.
I like the Fear series.
I didn't play any of them, so I don't... You know...
I think the first person shooting was actually, that's one of the games where it's like it felt good, and the story was weird. It got weird in the second one where he got raped, but
The hell?
the third one was kind of off-putting because it's one of those games where they gave it to another studio to do it. So I was like, that kind of sucks.
Is Fear the one with the girl with psychic powers and
Yeah.
because I think I don't even know where I read about that somewhere, but I was like on some game site and they were talking about it. And I was like, what the hell is this game? It just the stuff they were talking about happened in this story. I was like, this just sounds so wrong. So I don't know. It's weird. But yeah.
Oh, I guess also the Transformers games, or the of Cybertron, like Fall of Cybertron or Cybertron, because it's Fall of Cybertron.
I was thinking...
Or Cybertron's okay, but Fall of Cybertron is, like, so good.
I didn't play the second.
It's like, wow, they actually didn't make it terrible. Just like them, and, like, they finally... This gen was so magical, and they magically... Well, don't count aliens, but that was, like, you know, it had to happen sooner or later. Like, the ride had to end of, like, oh, no more terrible licensed games, so... Of course, that pops back up and, like, there's a turd, but still, you know.
I wish they didn't take out the co-op, though, for that one, because it would have been nice to play through. Cause I think that's part of the reason why I didn't buy Fall of Cybertron, because I'm like, well, they took away my co-op transforming. That's what I enjoyed about the first one. So, yeah. Makes me sad.
But there's still the Horde mode, which...
Yes, but it's not the same. It's not the same if you can't get the full experience with tacked on co-op. It's just not the same.
Full experience with
Kind of like how they say, but we have multiplayer, and they say, but we have co-op. Just do that in more things. Except our...
But tacked on co-op is, like, way better because it's like the story mode, but with other people.
Yeah, well, it depends on how well it's implemented, because, I mean, if it's, like, weird or something, because I remember Tropical talking about, like, the Army of Two, because I think he played the second one, where he mentioned, like, how there was, like, certain parts where you had to make certain decisions throughout the story, but he was like, if one player was like faster at reflexes than the other one, they can kind of like screw over the whole team and stuff. And I was like, I don't think I would like that kind of co-op. Although I guess at the same time it'll teach you you have to learn to live with your consequence or with your decisions or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to learn that lesson in a video game. I'd rather learn it in real life, where the consequences are permanent and I'm screwed. So yeah. There's that.
I'm probably forgetting like a ton of... Actually, well, FPC games. We can talk about that. Well, not FPC games. It's just like...
Very nice.
On top of console games, it's just...
Although I don't have a gaming PC, so I couldn't.
I never play my PC games. It's like, I can never really talk about them anyway, so I'm not gonna bother. I was gonna bring up Audio Surf, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Well, this was a nice segment we had. RPG proved me wrong, and he was able to talk about games and be all like, "Ooh, game's awesome." So, you know, I guess that happens sooner or later, eh?
As in, like, every time we talk.
We get to have a nice discussion about, oh yeah, I like this game because of this game, and all these games only came to fruition in this console generation. It's like you can't go back to last year and play some Borderlands or some Condemned or some Witcher or some Valkyria Chronicles, so or Lost Odyssey.
How janked Valkyria Chronicles would have been in the last generation. I don't think the PS2 could have handled that, but it would have tried. It would have tried. Although I guess it would have ended up like the PSP version, then kind of.
Yeah, it's like Lost Odyssey got my hopes up for there being awesome JRPGs this gen, and then there weren't any. And
It's sad but kind of true. But I mean, there were some good ones, but it's like it wasn't nearly the level that they were last gen.
Yeah, I know.
With like the constant stream of awesomeness, especially just like I was saying, like when we were talking about stuff last week, when we were like in that 1 year, it's like all the good RPGs that came out in that one displacement year like outweighs every RPG I own for like both my consoles, kind of thing or something. So it's like it makes me sad. Maybe they'll come back, or maybe crap like Skyrim will continue to be successful and get that over and over again. But it's okay.
All right. So, does anybody have anything to add?
Nope.
I don't think we have any news. Does anybody have any news this week? Because I don't have any.
Not that I can think of. I think Sony might be discontinuing their 16 gigabyte memory card though for the Vita, which I'm concerned about.
What?
I don't know.
They have to make the 32 a bit cheaper then. Fuck.
That's what I was saying too, because I went to, because they were like on clearance somewhere, and I went to talk to one of the store people, and she was like, yeah, I think they're discontinuing it because they aren't getting, there's like none in stock in any warehouses or anywhere. It's like, why would they do that? The 32 gigabyte one is like $99, and then the next lowest one is $29. It's a very large gap there, so it's like something's got to give, guys. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out later on whether or not this is true, or if there'll be some price changing. Because I was like, there's no way in hell I'm spending $100 on a memory card. So, and that's actually kind of holding me back from buying Vita stuff, because it's like there's stuff I want, but it's like I don't have a memory card that's big enough to just handle a bunch of stuff. So I don't know, Sony. You're kind of killing your sales here. Got to work with me. But we'll see.
All right, so... Oh, wait, before we end the podcast, I just want to apologize for what I said at the beginning of the segment about, like, RPG riding the short bus and, like, the whole her thing, in case I offended anybody about, like, mentally ill people.
Nope,
Sorry,
too late. They already hate you. And it's okay, because no one likes him anyway, so it's alright. Tekken sucks. We've all come to understand that.
All I can say, in my defense, is that, RPG brings out the worst in people, and I'm sure that can be true if you listen to this podcast, and all the episodes, and whenever he gets his little tentacles in someone's brain, and he's like, and then they just go crazy.
Gamer seems fine. I don't understand what you're talking about. And he's here like all
that's why Tiger Fox isn't even here anymore. It's like he ruined it. It's not RPG. You drove him away with your tentacles.
I did not.
Of shame.
I had nothing to do with Tiger Fox not being here. His life got in the way. Don't blame that on me. Besides, he probably liked me more than he liked you.
What?
Yup. That happened.
Trial. I would like this to go to trial, and I would like this to be an episode of the Aimless podcast where we put Tiger Fox's belief /like/whatever of RPG on trial versus Tekken. It's like, oh, who do you like more? Tiger Fox, and then we present all this evidence at the end. It's like, Tekken or RPG, choose a side.
Let's face it.
Slowly be choosing me.
Everyone would choose me over you any day. There's no question about it.
Says you.
Because it's true.
I guess we finally have a concept for episode 200 then. Aimless Civil War.
Bring on a bunch of guest stars. Okay.
Just roll them all up and be like, so, how's your experience on the show? Blah, 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 at the end.
We could totally like play it out like a trial or something. That'd be interesting.
Like, Unix, right?
Yeah.
So
it'll still be like video game related, but like not. That'd be cool. Actually.
Yeah, we listen to all the terrible insults and things RPG said about people.
What? I do not
why they hate me and why they love me.
Terrible things about most people and stuff. Yeah. And in my defense, some people deserve it. But, yeah. Tekken sucks. That is all.
So I guess we'll sign off now. And stuff.
Let Gamer go first. Because he's all...
Later.
Stuff.
Man, I was about to get the Injustice, but I was like, man, I feel good playing these old games. Feels good.
Is Injustice any good, though?
And I heard it was fun.
Oh. Because, I mean, every time I've seen, like, any of, like, the trailers and stuff, it just doesn't... I don't know, the combat just doesn't look that fun to me. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends if you like Mortal Kombat. It seems like it's derived from the same type of...
Actually, I was watching the Dragon Ball Quick Look, and they said it wasn't like they didn't just like copy and paste the movesets. So.
Yeah. It looked interesting.
It's like, it's a nice idea, but...
If I like DC characters, I would be into it, but since I don't, I'm like, oh, I'll try to brush up. $20.
Maybe that's what it is.
It would be great if they had like DC versus Marvel, so everyone could just put it like who's better, Batman or Superman? Now you could finally tell who.
Gamer.
Those are
Batman
both DC characters.
Oh wait, they're both DC.
So you wouldn't have to do that. But I get where you're going with that though. So
That was great.
it's like
I totally had a brain fart.
I understand what you're trying to go for. So
look, there was like, but there's none of that. That'd be pretty cool. Like, or one of some Marvel characters, like Spider-Man versus some dude from DC.
Some dude.
I am so off from comic books, so
It's okay. We know where you're going with it.
yeah.
We have an idea. You could just throw like the Hulk and Superman in the ring, and then go.
Yeah, that would be so great. Hulk versus like Grundy or something. I don't know, something crazy. But I guess that would be too many characters.
There's no such thing, gamer. There's no such thing.
That'd be great if they had put like a.
Everybody knows Marvel Capcom too, all the characters.
That'd be great with if there's DLC that this is Marvel characters. Oh my god. That'd be a great E3 announcement, wouldn't it?
Although I guess they'd have like licensing issues and stuff though, so
Yeah.
why it hasn't happened yet.
But I can dream.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I can squash those dreams with the truth.
Okay, RPG, do you have any words that you'd like to sign off with?
Yeah, Capcom, Square Enix, you guys still suck. But everybody else though, keep up the good work. For now.
Alright, so check us out, Aimless Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, wherever. And I'd like to take this opportunity to plug myself. Ticketmaster, you know how to spell it if you've been to the site. And I was on our good friend of the show, Vol.24, his podcast, Big Bang Podcast. We got to talk about comic books and video games and all types of cool stuff.
Is he shamelessly plugging himself?
And you should totally check it out. And guess what? He totally asked me if I'd be on his episode tomorrow, and I will. And you can check me out on that podcast again. Anyway, we're talking about comic books because I've been reading comic books lately, and they're pretty awesome. So yeah. Because, Mass Effect, just like my soul, is gone now. Thank you, BioWare. And every time I go play a game, it's like, it's not the same. It's like that part in Men in Black 2 when, which one is Will Smith? Jay?
Yes.
When Jay sees, like, all the different couples of people, and he's like, I miss Kay, I don't have my partner. It's like, I play a game, it's like, it's just not the same. It's like, I'm going through the motions. It's like, that's not Liara, that's not Garrus, that's not Tally, that's not Rex, that's not Joker, and I'm just going through the motions, and I'm like playing it. It's like I cannot connect to these soulless NPCs like I can my other soulless NPC friends because they don't have the soul of my soulless ones that are in Mass Effect. So, and I'm sad and depressed. But luckily, I just cleaned up my backlog, and I'm gonna go through my games and see like what will spark my light. Wow, I almost made a triple chicken. I did spark my light. What will spark my light again to get me playing
my
games
light?
again?
What's gonna ring your bell?
Ring his bell. Ring a ding a ding.
So, just a short gaming mood, hopefully.
The Witcher 2. Come on, Tekken, do it.
Don't listen to him.
I need to play through the first one first, gamer. Go.
No, you don't need to. There's enough back.
Yes.
There's enough
I'm
back.
not gonna. You're derp. But yeah. I like a Krogan, run like a leper, but should never be better than Commander Shepard.
If he still existed.
You know what, RPG?
I went
That's not
there.
funny. That's not
I know.
funny.
How's it feel, Tekken? How's
You'll
it
never-
feel
you'll never have
when
a
your
chance-
favorite
you'll never-
franchise
no.
gets all janked up, huh? How's
It
that
doesn't,
make you
it
feel?
doesn't bother me at all because
Mhm.
you know I've been on this
Uh-huh.
podcast for 200 episodes and I'm used to you
Mhm.
ripping me every time I bring up Final Fantasy 7 and you're like so you know.
Well, to be fair,
I'm over it.
it
I'm
is
over it.
terrible, so
I'm over it.
you shouldn't be.
And then the 1 week when we poke fun at your Disney stuff, you're like, oh, I
Whoa.
can't take it anymore. I'm never going to be on this
Watch
podcast
your
again.
Disney is awesome, and I came back to the podcast. Although it's kind of funny that the day after that, Disney kind of closed down LucasArts or something. So I was like, that's kind of funny.
But yeah, just like Optimus Prime, I may be an Autobot on the outside. But just like on the insides, I'm black.
Seriously,
and I'm black
that is
inside.
not how
Something
Optimus Prime works.
I need to make out like a way I can say that and have it make sense and stuff. And until next episode or next week or whenever you hear us here from us again, the Aimless podcast. And wow, I completely said that wrong. I was like, I'm supposed to say we're supposed to transform and roll out, and then I was like, wait, this isn't the sign off part, but whatever. So yeah, until next you hear or see from us, Aimless podcast, and we're now signing off.